Hi everyone, Cheryl here from Love and Light Yoga, and thank you for joining me for this deep and relaxing stretch for your hips. So you don't need anything for this, just yourself and your mat, and whenever you are ready, let's begin. Okay everyone, so let's meet today by sitting down on our mats, having the soles of the feet on the floor with the knees bent up, and take your feet about mat distance apart so that we've got a little bit of space in between the legs, and just start to windshield wiper the knees from side to side. Not doing anything too fancy, just letting the knees fall one way and then the other. Starting to feel yourself roll over onto that hip, onto the glute muscles. Just keeping this movement nice and slow. Maybe starting to see how far towards the side we can let the knees fall. And then the next time that the knees come down to the right, we can stop and hold it here. If this is enough, stay here, or maybe we find a twist by taking the left hand and reaching to look over the right shoulder. Let the knees become nice and heavy, keep the hips open. And then if we want to deepen this stretch, we're going to walk the fingertips away. So just bring yourself down, reaching out on an angle, lowering your body down over that right hip. And just stop here, take a few deep breaths. Breathing all the way down into the hip. Exhaling fully all the way back out. Allowing the body to soften and relax into this position. Take your last few breaths here. And then when you're ready to release, we can slowly come up, walk the hands all the way back towards your hips, and we'll go straight to the other side. So untwist the body, let the knees come through center, and this time fall towards the left. If we want to find a twist, we can start to turn and look over the left shoulder. We can stay here, or we can start to walk the arms out on that angle. Lower your body down over that left hip. Maybe release the forehead to the floor. And once again, relax into the breath here. Take a few inhales all the way down into the hips. And a few releasing exhales all the way back out. And just breathe here. Let go of any tension that you might be holding on to through the thighs, through the hips or the low back. Go ahead and take your last few deep breaths here. And then when you're ready to release, we slowly come all the way back, walk the hands back towards the hips, and untwist yourself back into center. From here, we find our butterfly pose. So bring the soles of the feet together, let the knees open out towards the sides, and take hold of anywhere that you can, whether it's the shins, the ankles, or around the feet. And sit up nice and tall through the back. Let the shoulders relax down. And maybe we find a little bit of movement through the legs. So just gently bouncing the knees up and down, starting to welcome that nice stretch through the inner thighs and through the hips. And then eventually coming back to stillness, opening the knees nice and wide, and either staying here or we can start to fold forwards. We can press the elbows into the sides of the legs just to help draw the knees down a little bit lower. But stop where you need to and take a few deep breaths here. Breathing deeply all the way down into the hips. Breathing deeply all the way down into the inner thighs. Allowing the knees to feel heavy, opening up towards the edges of your mat. Just find a few deep breaths here in stillness. And then when you're ready to release, slowly come all the way back up into seated. Bring those knees together. And we're going to come forwards and meet in our tabletop. So bring yourself onto hands and knees with the wrists under the shoulders and the knees under the hips. And here we'll take a few cat-cow. So inhale as we look forwards, drop the belly and point the tailbone up. And exhale as we tuck the chin into the chest and round out the spine. Inhale, roll forwards, drop the belly, look up. Exhale, chin to chest, round the back. Just rolling through these in your own time, no rush. And then after your next full breath, come all the way back into center. And from here, we're going to take the right leg out towards the side, straighten the leg out as much as you can, and have your toes pointing forwards. We're going to feel a big deep stretch coming up through the inner thigh here. And if this is enough, stay here. If we want to start to find a little bit of a rock forwards and back, we might start to bring the hips forwards and back. The lower we drop the hips, the deeper we're going to feel this stretch in the legs. And if it feels good to take the hips back and find a moment of stillness, we might come back and take a few deep breaths here. Sending that breath directly into the inner thighs. And then slowly release and come all the way back into center. We're going to bring the right leg in and find a pigeon pose with the right leg. So the right knee is coming towards the right wrist, the toes are opening towards the left hand side of your mat, and we're going to start to drop the hips down. So it doesn't matter where we need to stop, your body will let you know where is good for you. And once we find that place, we can stop. We might drop to the elbows. We might lower the forehead onto the hands or all the way to the mat. And just relax here. Close your eyes if it feels good to do so. And allow your body to drop into stillness. Focusing on letting go of all of the muscles in your right leg. Releasing any tension away from your hips, your glutes, your thighs, even the lower back. Take your last few deep breaths here. And then when you're ready to release, slowly lift the gaze, come all the way back up and return yourself back to the hands and the knees, coming out exactly how we got in. Back into our tabletop, and we'll do the same thing on the other side. So the left leg is going to come out towards the side, the toes are pointing forwards, and if it feels good to find that little rock forwards and back, we might start to drop the hips back. And if for you it feels better to just stay in stillness on this side, that's okay, we can stay in stillness. And maybe the next time we drop our hips back, it might feel good to just stay here. Stretch the arms forwards, take the gaze down to the mat, and just focus on a few deep breaths here. And then after your next full breath, come all the way back up into center and bring the left knee in. We're going to find our pigeon on this side. So left knee towards the left wrist, open the toes to the right hand side, and start to guide your hips back and down. Stop wherever feels good for you, and we can keep it nice and high. Maybe we want to drop to the elbows, maybe we want to bring the forehead onto our hands. Finding just a moment of stillness in your pigeon here. Keep your focus on your breath. Deep breaths in, releasing breaths out. Let go of any tension or any holding on that we might be doing through the inner thighs, through the left hip, left glute muscle, and lower back. Enjoy a few more deep breaths here in this stillness. And then after your next full breath, slowly return and come all the way back up and back to the hands and the knees, coming out of your pigeon exactly how you got in. And we'll finish here with a nice big child's pose. Toes come together, the knees come apart. We send the bum back, we walk the fingers forwards, and just take your forehead down towards the mat. Take a few slow deep breaths here, with every exhale allowing the hips to drop back towards the heels. Allowing the chest to melt down towards the floor, feeling that opening through the sides of your ribs and through the armpits. And then when you're ready to release, slowly come out of your child's pose. We can walk the hands back towards the knees, and we can finish by bringing our hands together at heart center and taking a little bow to ourselves. And namaste, everyone. Thank you so much for practicing with me. I hope you're feeling good after this little stretch. You can let me know in the comments down below. But if you like this video, please give it a like. If you would like to see more from me, please subscribe, and have a fantastic rest of your day. Namaste.